Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am Jay Hollingshed, your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker, working on the minds of athletes, getting them to where they need to be, building up their high performance mindset, allowing them to become the athlete and the person they want to be, their goals that they have set to be better than they are. I get them there. So I want to help you through these videos and get you there. So I thank you for tuning in. Today is Friday, day 6 of the week, episode number 236 of 365. And this is my 7 pillars of mental performance. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in. Oh, wow. Everybody is tuning in. I got to get my shouts out. It is the top of the hour, 9 o'clock on the dot Eastern Standard Time. So I got to give my shouts out real quick. My daughter, Jaleesa Hollingshed. What's up, babe? All the way from Oklahoma. And we got my wife, Lisa Hollingshed, all the way from upstairs. My uncle, Russell Sessler. What's up, uncle? My frat brother, Lenars Alexander, LA in the house. I appreciate you, man. My own brother, my flesh and blood, Arthur Hollingshed. I appreciate you as well, man. I love you for that. All right, so we are talking about stress management. I got to slide in Rodney Jones. I see you, Rodney, right before I get into it. I appreciate you, bro. All right, we're talking about managing stress. Friday is Stress Management Friday. But today, I want to talk to you about self-inflicted pain. I'm sorry, self-inflicted stress. Self-inflicted stress is what I'm going to talk about today. Not just any ordinary self-inflicted stress, but a stress that is avoidable. Avoidable self-inflicted stress. And it basically comes from being lazy, okay? Now, these are things that we do all the time. We've made a habit or a lifestyle of doing this. And being that we have a habit or a lifestyle of doing this, we do it so much that we are comfortable doing it. And trying to change to become better is outside of our comfort zone. Here we go. Let me give you a scenario or two. Now, let's say someone walked up to you and they just straight pushed you and shoved you to the ground. All right? Now, what would you do? How would you react? How would you act? I'm willing to gamble and say 90% of those that are listening and watching this video, 90% of you would get up. No, better yet, your ego will pick you up and then allow you or help you push back. Push that person back down. Push them down and make sure they don't get up and push you back down. That's what will probably happen with about 90% of those that are listening. Now, let's flip the script a little bit and change the scenario. Let's say your circumstances do the same thing. They come up to you and push you down, and you're on the ground. What do you do? Now, in the first scenario, I used a physical person coming to you and physically pushing your physical body to the ground. But here in this scenario, it's all mental. I used a circumstance coming to you and mentally pushing you to the ground. Circumstances can do that. Circumstances hit you so hard sometimes that you can't help but sit down or drop to your knees. That's when your circumstances hit you and push you down. But what do you do? If a physical person came and pushed you down, 9 times out of 10, you would get up and start back. You would get up and push back. But when your circumstances do that, why don't we get up and push back? Is it because we can't physically look at our circumstances, but we can spiritually or mentally see the circumstances? We see circumstances coming all the time. And even though we can't physically look at the circumstances, we can understand them. And being that we understand them, we should be able to handle them, just as us handling someone who pushed us down. Handling our circumstances is no different than handling someone who's trying to handle us. The same thing is happening. You are there's an entity, an outside entity trying to handle you, be it physical circumstances, physical people or mental circumstances. Now, when that circumstance comes to you and push you down, what do? We cry. We cry, we call in sick, we complain, we make excuses. What else do? We medicate. We do everything but hit back. Okay? We do everything but hit our circumstances back. And that's doing nothing. That's us doing nothing when we should be doing something. Now, if we did something, we would feel better. We wouldn't feel as stressed if we got up and fought back. Now, when that person came and pushed you down, you got up and you fought back and you pushed back. You felt better from your actions, the actions that you took. You took actions toward pressure being put on you physically. Now, all we have to do is take actions to pressure being put on us mentally. But we don't do that when it's a stressor, a mental stressor instead of a physical stressor. So we sit and do nothing when we should be doing something. That's an avoidable self-inflicted stress. Doing nothing when we should be doing something, when we can do something about it. That is a self-inflicted stress that is avoidable. Here's another example, example of an avoidable self-inflicted stress. Procrastination. Procrastinating. Yeah, we think we're giving ourselves some time, freeing ourselves up, giving ourselves a break. But what are we doing? We are constantly letting our responsibilities pile up and pile up and pile up until they become unbearable. And when they become unbearable, we have backed ourselves in a corner mentally to where quitting seems like an attractive option. But that's all self-inflicted because we didn't do anything. We didn't take action. We weren't proactive. Like I said, we can't look at stress with our physical eyes, but we can look at the symptoms of stress. We can look at the results of stress with our physical eyes, but we can see the circumstances. We can see stressful circumstances coming. And a lot of times the circumstances that come to us, they're not always stressful, but we make them stressful by not acting on the circumstances that come to us, especially those that are our responsibility. We make those into stressful circumstances when we don't accept the responsibility and we sit there and do nothing when we should do something. That happens all the time. Show of hands, I can't even say show of hands. If you are a procrastinator, you can put your hand up. I don't have to see it. Put your hand up. Type it in the comments. Hit the heart, like, thumbs up, or whatever. Let me know if you procrastinate. We all do it. Procrastination is nothing to be ashamed about, but it is something we need to work on. How do we do that? Start by taking advantage of doing little things, okay? Small steps. Small steps lead to big accomplishments. Small steps lead to having reached big destinations because we take a step. It doesn't make a difference if it's a small, medium, large. It's a step towards handling something that won't stress you, okay? And speaking of taking steps, it's like what Dr. King says. Martin Luther King Jr. said a long time ago, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't, I think I said it right. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But you got to keep going. You got to make forward progress. You got to keep going. Take those steps. Take action. Take the action steps. Especially when these are things that we know we can avoid, okay? These are self-inflicted stressors that I'm talking about. Procrastination. Doing nothing when we should be doing something about the responsibilities that we have. Those can build up and be stressors, and then all of a sudden we want to quit and give up doing what we're supposed to do. And when we do that, our actions are really speaking louder than words. And what are our actions saying? Our actions are saying that the pain of regret is worth more than being proud of our progress. It's saying you don't want the progress. It's actually saying that you want the pain of regret. That's, like I said, for me, that's not something that's understandable. I don't want to even try to comprehend that because that's not something I'm looking forward to. But we have to keep going forward with our progress. Don't look forward to the pain of regret. Make the progress. Be proud of what you're doing. Take the steps forward. When you have responsibilities that you need to take the action, then take care of the responsibilities. Procrastinating, that's doing nothing. That's an avoidable, self-inflicted stressor. Take care of your business. Do what you got to do. Don't let things build up to where you can't handle them. And then they build up and all of a sudden you're stressed out. And you can't blame anybody but yourself. You want to blame somebody, but you can blame nobody but yourself. That's all that I have for today in episode 236 of 365. I'm Jay Hollingshead, your personal high-performance mindset coach and public speaker, encouraging you to take the actions to make the effort and handle your business. Don't get stressed out and start making excuses, okay? Tomorrow, make the effort, not the excuse. Be well, stay blessed, and as always, through love, be a blessing. God bless.